Welcome back from that short break. I always emphasize that we have to be very grateful in the midst of whatsoever that is going on. We need to say thank you, Lord, and that's why I love that music from Chris Tomlin. Thank you, Lord, for our moms, for our dads, for our children, for everything that you've given unto us. We want to say thank you, and we want to thank you for these coaches that you've given a heart for children. We've been here describing Dr. Hanifa, and we've been talking about the scenario the children are suffering and all the mental health bit of it, the life skill bit of it, the reproductive bit of it, and the career guidance bit of it. And now the listener is like, okay, you've told me what is happening. How do I get out of this corner? So I want to give solutions. How does a parent deal with this reality that is at stake?
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, for every problem,
there is a solution.
There is a solution.
Yeah.
This solution may be within your control or not. So as a parent, for example, a guardian, you may have some information, but you may not have it all. Let me say, for example, about mental health. We have specialists who can actually discuss mental health in a layman's language. Kumanga bana abana, they know a lot. You cannot lie them. You need to bring now the brain, the picture of the brain. How does mental health issue, how does it come about? What is the solution? So I, as Dr. Hanifa Sengendo, with other coaches, we have organized a students' conference where we are going to look at a child in a holistic manner. Meaning that we are going to talk about mental health issues. We are going to talk about life skills. We are going to talk about the reproductive health challenges and solutions. But we are also going to have opportunities to let these children ask experts. Because you note that children take so long to see, for example, a doctor. When do you usually go to a doctor, Fiona?
I by the way, I usually do visits even when I'm not sick. It's just for my sanity. Even with the children I have, for their sanity. Even if they just vomit, I'm like, okay, we need to check, is everything okay? That is because of the information I have.
You have.
But I know on an average scale.
Yes.
We always go to the counter, get Panadol, and that's
exactly. Now, you only see a specialist. You only see, for example, a pediatrician only when you are sick. And guess what? When you are sick, the doctor will only address what has brought you to hospital. Yes. But we need to have opportunities when we talk, for example, to people who are doctors, who are lawyers, who are from the different fraternities. For example, doctors, you ask all your questions. Is it about your tooth? Is it about your menstruation? Is it about when you are not sick, so that you can actually understand? Now, stressed.
You've brought me to an awareness. Now, dear listener, when was the last time you saw a dentist? Like to them of yadala. It's not our culture here in Africa.
Is not.
But now you realize that twagala okukola omulembe omupya. Abaana bano betulina tetwagala bayite mu bintu bye tuyisemu. Where you realize that you're cancerous at level 4. At stage 4, that's when you realize the bed irimu ekikyamo. We want these children to have that exposure. And know that we don't, when we were little, Dr. Hanifa, do you know what they used to tell us? Nja kutwala mu ddwaliro. And that is that they're scaring you.
It was like a
musawo wuyo. The children need to get to know that now it's not about going to the hospital when they're going to kukuba empiso. But now that you're saying you want to be a doctor, do you know there are many shades of being a doctor? Do you want to be a general health doctor?
Do you want to be a pediatrician?
Or a gynecologist?
Do you want to be a doctor of the brain? My son was telling me, Mommy, I want to open the brain.
They want to be a neurosurgeon or something. Yeah, so you see that now, this is how important her program is to us.
Yes.
That you're going to expose your children to these careers that they want to go for. They will help them understand. If they get a friend, they want to be a doctor. For example, my son Elvis wants to be a doctor. So if Elvis gets connected to Dr. Hanifa, then Elvis needs to ask Dr. Hanifa all questions about being a doctor.
And he's asking at an opportunity when he's not sick. So this students' conference that is going to happen next week on Wednesday at the Uganda Museum, we are going to have free consultation. We shall have have career specialists. Someone from Ministry of Education, people from universities. We have one of our professors, Professor Waswa, who is going to come and have a one-on-one with the students. I mean, I want to do engineering.
Chitwala chi. You know,
what skills should I have? Because let me tell you, Fiona,
Yes.
we have said it can't be business as usual.
I
So we
know.
need to change. Someone might say that, Ikakati, I tell you, Dr. Hanifa, I tell you, we're talking about to school. Let me tell you, we need to look at children in a holistic manner. If this child misses school because of her periods, she will not attain her career. That means every month she will be missing 4 to 5 days. And we know that, for example, girls, the most reason for school dropout and missing going to class are
Is
issues
also
concerned
about their
with their periods. So you need to talk to people who can give them solutions.
I think Coach Marjorie right there, Miss Chana Uganda needs a partnership with Dr. Hanifa on Wednesday the 9th of December. So you can come and talk about it's 8th.
8th of
Why do I
December.
want the 9th of December?
I
I think
don't
it's
know.
because you have a facilitators meeting then for
Yeah.
the Beyond Success. But anyway, on the 8th of December, Coach Marjorie, we have our own Coach Marjorie, the president of the Gladiators.
She's actually going to be part of
Oh,
of the team,
amazing.
yes.
I was thinking about her when you were talking. I'm like, okay, she has passion for the girls
Yes.
and the periods. And then
Yes.
she's like, we want to get pads for every girl. So I
Oh.
was thinking about that and I'm like, okay, Coach Marjorie needs to be here and help
Yes,
girls.
she's going to be there. She's going to be there. Let me tell you, for example, if we talk about the issue of social, children have been challenged socially. There are children who have been sexually abused. I'll give an example.
Yeah.
They don't know whom to talk to.
I know.
They need that reassurance. They need to talk to a person who can actually help them to counsel. There is going to be free counseling. And we are not in a hospital setting.
And
We are
actually-
at the Uganda Museum. But as children are talked to, they even see their own peers. We have whom we call stepping stone ambassadors. These are peers. They are fellow teenagers who have undergone further training. They are going to be talking to their own teens to tell them nti ebintu bisoboka.
Kubanga abavubuka
You know?
most times, Dr. Hanifa, when they hear you talking now, they're like, at your mama.
Oyo
You're talking
jaja.
from a perspective of an
Yes.
elderly. They very much relate with people who are of their age. I think that sheds some light for you as a parent to understand why your children enjoy moving around with the peers. And that's how it is very important for you to relate with people like Dr. Hanifa, such that you can get to understand that if they're relating with peers, okay, what you can do is to contribute to which kind of peers are they
Exactly,
with.
yes.
Because they're the people they listen to.
It is actually natural. It is
But Dr.
actually
Hanifa,
natural.
actually back for Obado Yogeda, you talked about the sexual harassment that must have happened to some of the children or
Exactly.
the teenagers
Yes.
through this
This
lockdown.
long holiday, yes.
Yes, and you got me thinking we need to really help someone who is listening and to us that you may be there and you've been sexually harassed as a teenager or as an adolescent, and you have shied away from talking about this
With
matter
your parent,
with
yes.
your parents. You would consider calling Dr. Hanifa so she could help you, because I know she's really passionate about helping
I
adolescents.
am,
And
yes.
So it's at that moment I wanted to actually let you know, share your contact, because those people that have been sexually harassed, those people that
Exactly.
are confused about their careers, those people that are at stake about lifestyle, they need to get in touch with you. Share your contact so we can continue.
Okay, so my contact is 0772 750 708.
Tell us.
772 750 708. And then Airtel is 0701 750 708.
You know, we've
So-
been surrounded by a lot of negativity in this whole scenario of the
know.
pandemic. We've been surrounded by a lot of negative words, a lot of negative people.
And let me tell you, also as parents, we have our part to play. In fact, through the Accelerated Mentorship Program, we are planning to have a parent session later in Feb when children have gone back. Let me tell you, my dear parents, maybe sometimes the children are not totally wrong, because I was doing sessions on conflict management, and the children gave us feedback. The children have their issues and parents have their issues.
Genuine reasons.
Genuine
and issues.
reasons. But also us as a stepping stone platform, on that Wednesday, we are going to tell the children some of the things they need to stay at par. Let me tell you, they have not been seeing teachers. Children may be aggressive. Some of them are going to be taller than teachers. They are going to be more beautiful, you know. They will have better figures than, than teachers. We need to bring them to speed. We need to re-energize them. We need to re-engineer their minds, and their bodies, so that by the time they go back, my dear parent, apart from buying the suitcase and making sure the clothes are clean, making sure the child has books, we need to build the mind of this child because we believe in grooming young achievers. The children may not say it all, but let me tell you, if us as adults, if us as adults, we have got all these challenges, well, some people may have made money, but the economic, the credit crunch is hitting all of us. We need to tell children what is the difference between needs and wants. You as children should help your parents focus on the needs. Those are the must-have. The wants will come along. But parents do not have luxurious money. I mean, all the time money may not be very available, but this time it is more important than ever before. So the package is actually looking at the whole child, because I'm also a mother. I'm also a mother, and I'm also an entrepreneur of a school.
Which has been closed since March 18th.
Since March 18th. And I see students coming now to pick requirement forms. And you see a child has come, the child needs a lot of help. Muwava akomeri. Kesi bazireka mu masomero. Uniform bazireka ku somero. The uniform has gotten torn. The uniforms are not, fitting them. The panties and the trousers can no longer fit. You get what I mean?
I get what you mean. And you're making me think about the parents that are listening in to us, that for sure we are in this together. You are not by yourself. So at that point where you've understood that the pandemic has really made a lot of changes, now we have established the changes are not only with you, but also with your children. I know you are like, okay, what is the way forward through this? Dr. Hanifa here has is it a conference?
It's a students' conference.
Yeah, it's a conference for all children, adolescents.
Between 9 to 24 years.
9 to 24 years. They'll be grouped according to their age groups.
Yes.
You can come along and understand what exactly is going on, but at least you've heard from her and you've known what she's saying. But I want to tell you that, dear parent, before you even forward your child on, they are interacting with you closely, and you want to be aware of what their needs are at the moment. And I've realized, Dr. Hanifa, that it gets so hard for us as parents to acknowledge where we do not know.
Exactly, yeah.
Yet there is a point where a child will come and ask you, Mommy, why is it that this is happening like this? And for sure, you do not know what to do. As a parent, it's okay for you to tell your child you do not know. And they are experts here.
Exactly.
They are people who have discovered their life, and they have paid their fees. They have invested in themselves to go and study about these things, and they know things.
One thing I have learned from Coach Bahati is that you learn to refer. You can't be knowing it all. I mean, I can't be even if I'm a doctor, even if I'm an engineer, I can't be an engineer of everything. Even as parents, you can't know it all.
Yes.
That's why we have brought services nearer.
Yeah.
Like a one-stop program on Wednesday next week, so that the children can ask. They can see the doctors, they can see Ministry of Education, people who are talking from that perspective of policymakers. They can see lecturers, What do people look for example, in an interview? Do children know? I mean, we've lost time. Now when they go back, let me tell you, Fiona, the timetables are going to be packed.
Because we want to catch up with the syllabus, the things that we have missed on. But on that point, I was actually emphasizing that as a parent, it's okay for you to say you do not know when you do not know. It's actually a life skill for every one of us. It's okay for you to say no when you do not know. When you do not know, it's okay for you to say you don't know. So at that point where you do not know, it's being vulnerable to your child. It's actually teaching them that they can never know it all, but when they need to know something more, they can always reach out to another person. So as a parent, first step, Open up and talk to your children. But when they ask you things you do not know, we have experts like Dr. Hanifa, like Coach Fiona, like I've told you about Coach Calorin Mwebaza, who is very passionate about teens. We have people we can refer to them that can be of help in whatever scenario they are suffering. And now it is very important as well for you to understand that the state where the children are, they're feeling so unsafe. Masks everywhere, and now we have been bombarded by the bombings.
I know. It's
so
another...
everyone is wearing a mask. When you see someone wearing a backpack, they are scary.
Sure.
You know? So your children, don't expect things to be very normal with them. They have also been tormented by things that have happened, just like you have been tormented. So they need some people to listen to. They need to be directed on which programs they need to put their ears to. And internet is too nasty.
I know. And now they have been used to internet. When they go back to school, probably internet will be regulated, taking away their whatever. They have braided their hair. Let me tell you, all these things we need to mentor the children.
Oh my
the
God.
hair, they have braided their hair.
And now
they have been used to putting on lipstick. I just imagine a child. I have one of those Prudent said, teacher Fifi, I want to do my hair. I want to make my hair. Yes.
They went ahead and made her hair. Now I'm imagining in January when she has to cut off the hair.
So all those things we need to mentor and coach our children, that this is a journey. It is a process. They need to bend low. If the school does not allow high-heeled shoes, definitely, put them off for this
and
time.
And that is why you have to engage your children in a discussion of what is more important to them.
What is your priority?
Just have a conversation with them about what is important at the moment. Some things appear really good, but they are not actually applicable in the moment. When you look at lipstick, when you look at braiding, when you look at internet, when you look at the tabs and the phones, you've gotten used to them and you like them. But now there is something better.
Beyond success tells us prioritization.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, because I've been conducting my roundtables. So it is teaching us prioritization. And it tells you that sometimes you have to forego something good for something that is better, great, based on the timing. Yeah. At this particular moment, if they refuse you to put on your lipstick, you postpone it.
It's okay.
In economics, they call it, I think, opportunity cost. That both things may be good, but what is great or better at a particular point in time.
Yeah, I always give an example about that is about hair. When I was at school, I went to Mbogo mixed school. Okay. So when I was at school, we used to veil. And they would tell us we should cut the hair. So we were like, never nang, Mr. Lumu, envy it was the sale. Atenga tuteka kwa Bukaya. Now, I'm one of those children who would be like, Wazisale, no problem. In my mind, it was like, a time is going to come when I have all the kind of hair I want.
And you would want even to cut it.
Now, Dr. Hanifa, here is the time. It came. I had the hair. I plaited all the styles. At the moment, it is cut.
I know.
This is the best hairstyle because I just wake up in the morning, go through the hair changwe, and then go to other programs. Now, at school, when you are crying and hiding away from the head teacher and the shekats because they have told you to cut off the hair, that is gone. Now I'm cutting it off by myself. So the time will come. A time will come. So talk to them. What is important to them? And if you cannot afford to do that, I've told you, Dr. Hanifa here is preparing a conference for students that's between the age of
9 to 24 years.
Yeah. That's this coming Wednesday. They are going to be there talking to career people, talking to people who can equip them in lifestyle, talking to reproductive health personnel, coaches and mentors. You could send forth your child and let people who can talk about the matters you fear to talk about with your child do the job.
Actually, I have a stepping stone. That number is on WhatsApp, 7727500708. I'm already getting feedback. I'm asking parents, what do you want us to talk about with your children? And I have very good feedback. So if you send a WhatsApp message on that number, for sure we shall find a way of embedding it into our conference. You know, because we said the timetable is going to be there. The history is important. Commerce is important. Biology is important. But there are those things that are not in the timetable. There are those things that we need to groom our children and tell them, look here, you need to be different like this. You need to gear up here. You need to bend low here. You need to remain assertive and focused.
You've got me
What
thinking
are your
about
goals?
preparation and reassurance for the children. We need
Yes.
to prepare our children and then reassure the things we've prepared for them in their ears, because
Yes.
things are not yet normal, and
No.
they're not just going to get to the normal all of a sudden out of a blink of an eye, but prepare them. Take some deliberate steps, giving them to people who you know can talk sense in their heads. Take some time as well as a parent and sit down with them, engage them. When you watch the news, what did you see? Yesterday on the news, I was actually watching and I was showing someone doing the same, talking about the post-COVID. A professor was talking about how people, when children go back to school, it won't be very normal as we would expect. Things will not be normal, straight all the way turning around. So take your children, prepare them for the scenarios that are going to happen at school. They have been very lousy, very, very reluctant. You tell them, enyumba egwa sawa nyezi ekiro. Now they are going back to routine.
With a timetable.
A timetable that is going to tell them, if it is time for break, it is 10:30 to 11. If you're not able to finish the tea by then, you're not going to take the tea.
They have been sleeping late, waking up late.
You would consider making a timetable at your house. So
Exactly.
that it is a preparation
Yeah,
for them.
by the way, yes.
So that you can make up a timetable for them and make them know that we wake up at 5. We work out, when we do some reading. But alikuwa kwa adjusting endowooza zaabwe. Reassure
batandike.
it to them that life has not got to one end, but there is a gear we are in now.
N'ebitabo batandika bikubako enfuufu. As they do that, their mind is being prepared,
them
you know.
and reassure that to them.
Reassurance.
You know, these conferences will happen, but it is a one-day thing.
Yes.
You're going to be with your child always.
Yes,
That's why I'm
exactly.
giving you these hints.
Yes.
So that you know these things, even when they come out of the conference, they can have an opportunity again
Yes.
to continue in these things that they have been told at the conference. But again, Dr. Hanifa, tell us, where is the conference going to be?
The conference is going to be at the Uganda Museum. Ffenna abasinga tumanyi Uganda Museum.
Nze simanyi gyeri
Uganda
tulagirire.
Museum ekamwokya.
Okay.
Kasita olinnya taxi ng'ogamba nviiramu ku Uganda Museum. Tutandika ssaawa 3 zennyini. We begin at 9 and note the age. It is 9 to 24. We do offer age appropriate information because what I talk and the way I express myself or the information I give a 9-year-old is not the same I give a 20-year-old.
Yeah.
They have different categories. So we divide them according to their age groups. We have the early adolescents, 9 to 13. Then we have from 13 to 15 plus, 15 and a half, and then above 16. Because those at university or at tertiary institutions will want to focus more on their pre-employable, readiness. So we shall have those categories.
Wow, that
So,
was good to emphasize, because I would be like, Lindako, oyagala omwana wange w'emyaka 9 musindike mu baana b'emyaka 2, so that you have got to know that information. You
Yes.
said the venue is
At
Uganda
the
Museum.
Uganda
You need us
Museum.
at 9.
By 8 they should be there because we shall start with some
Right away
housekeeping.
from 9.
But the child, your role as a parent, please pack a pen and a notebook and also a snack.
Okay.
Because for us, what we are going to do, we shall give a snack, but you pack an extra snack. Kubanga
Yes,
abaana
enjala
bamanyidde
ebaluma,
okulya ennyo.
eh.
Yes. So all we need is 20,000.
Okay.
And that 20,000 is actually basically catering for the venue and transport for people who will come and speak to us.
Okay.
Because we believe that sometimes it's not just about money. You are saying that 20,000 is little, but we have been coached and mentored through the accelerated program that it's not just about the money that matters, but we believe that when we give out information through that change, people will eventually come back and give us
passion
money.
later on returns into money.
Yes, passion to profit.
Yes.
The purpose why we need these children is for us to groom young achievers. By the way, that is our slogan at the Stepping Stone.
That?
Grooming young achievers.
Wow, that's interesting. Every parent should be, and what always hurts me, Dr. Hanifa, is at that point where you start engaging and loving the program, that's when the time is running out.
Oh.
So we have to be signing out, but you want to sign up and get your child here. I'll be talking about the program again on Tuesday because it will be happening the following day.
Yes.
But prepare your child at only 20,000. They will have a very good time. What time will you be releasing our children?
We shall be releasing them at exactly 4:30.
So I
Because
need to
we
pick
are
them up at
cognizant,
4:30.
yes, we are cognizant about the
Curfew
the
time.
curfew time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, unless those who will have particular issues, we shall even give them referrals. Like omwana ayinza okujjanga ekintu kyamutabukako. We shall hope to refer them. So please send in what you want us to talk to your children.
The number
on
once again.
772 750 708, or you can actually call 0701 75 0708. So the MTN is a WhatsApp number 0772 75 0708. You call me on that number, you make a booking on that number, you present a question, you present a challenge. Like Fiona has told you, this Coach Foundation has people who can actually tell you what we really need. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you so much for keeping it 92.7 Bob FM. It's always so lovely to have you. Have been here with Dr. Hanifa. I think I'll have to get her back more when we are talking about the parenting series. She's I just see her here in the eyes. She loves children. She loves adolescents and teens. We'll have her more and more. Now, in case you want to get in touch with me, the number to call and WhatsApp is 0702 021834. And in any case, you would look me out on Nalwaga Fiona Kwagala. That's all through the social media platforms and YouTube. Subscribe and get all these programs aired for you. We love you and I hope you have a good night. Bye-bye.